Hello and welcome back to Guide to Brides, the wedding podcast. And today we're going to be talking all about mother of the bride outfits. So if you're listening to this one and you think your mum can benefit or your mother figure could benefit, then please send it on to them because there's going to be so many fantastic tips within the episode. And joining me today, I have the experts in the mother of the bride category over here. We've got Lee and Lucy from White Canvas and the Canvas Collection. Welcome, ladies, to the studio.
Thank you.
We've already had a good old laugh in here. I think it's going to be quite a good episode. Full of energy, isn't it?
Totally. As you told me this morning, actually.
What, energy?
Yeah.
Bring all the energy, absolutely. So would you ladies like to introduce yourself to the listeners and sort of introduce White Canvas and more importantly, the Canvas Collection, because that's your mother of the bride shop, isn't it?
Absolutely. Well, listen, thank you so much for having us. We're really looking forward to having a chat with you. So I'm Lee, and I look after White Canvas, bridal. We're based in Stonewall. So we do all the bridal side of things, and obviously to complement that we have Canvas Collection.
Yes, I am Lucy. I run a Canvas Collection in Wallingford, which is mother of the bride, occasion wear, getting a lot more casual bits in as well. So yes, works very well together.
Absolutely.
And we should say you're a mother-daughter duo.
Oh, yeah. We are.
How's it being in business with your daughter?
Honestly, I love it. I think we kind of just bounce off each other. I think you're probably the one that can sort of put up with me just.
Just about
ish.
But it's great. It's just great to kind of have it, I guess, in the family. I mean, it's quite difficult to switch off, isn't it? You know, that's the only downside. We say, don't you? You have to remind me. It's a Sunday. I'm not going to talk to you
Because
about
all
work.
you're taught to me about is work. But it does work really well. I think having two separate shops as well definitely does work because we'll call each other during the day, but it's not like we're working together 24/7, so it does work quite well. And I'll call you whenever I need help or vice versa. So yeah, it does work well, but just not all the time.
No, not all the time together. But it's brilliant because like we always choose collections together. So I get, from Lucy's point of view, then she gets mine from Mother of the Bride. So it works really well. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And in terms of like what you both cover, it complements, doesn't it?
Totally.
I mean, you've got you were first, weren't you, Lee, with the bridal wear collection.
Yeah.
Why did you consider opening up a mother of the bride shop?
Do you know, honestly, for the past sort of 6 years, I've been getting asked by mums, where can I go? Can you recommend anywhere? Mums that are stylish, don't dare I say, want, a suit to wear. They want something very kind of light, floaty, casual, and they want to feel good. So for the last 6 years, we've been saying, when are you going to open up a shop? And we're like, we will at some point. and again, their concern, I think, as well, was that if they go to department store or if they go, to a shop that a lot of people go to,
Like Debenhams, John Lewis.
Yeah,
like have the same.
Yeah.
I don't know, or something like that. Then.
Well, yeah, I think my mum was worried about that as well when she was shopping for her dresses, that she didn't necessarily, she was worried about walking into somewhere like, as much as it's fine to shop somewhere like that if you'd like to, she was worried that someone just might have got the same outfit as her.
Yeah.
So
and I have heard that it does happen.
And it's embarrassing for the other guest as well.
I know.
Yeah.
Totally. Imagine. So and when we were in bridal in Wallingford, another shop came up, didn't it? Just literally
Down the road.
Couple of steps down, and we thought, let's do it. And we bit the bullet, and we did it. And it took
a renovation. I think me and my dad renovated for 4 or 5 months or something ridiculous. Knocked down walls. like took out the floor, ceiling.
It's massive.
Yeah, but it looks unreal now. Like it's so good. So
it's lovely.
Yeah.
Well, you both sound so passionate about what you do, so I think this is going to be a really exciting episode to sort of dive into things, all things mother of the bride, shall we say, and mother of the groom, of course.
Yeah.
So I think a good place to start is, how do you find a mother of the bride or groom shop that can help you find the right style for you?
I think I guess a lot of people, a lot of our mums are kind of recommended, but I think if you, I mean, it's hard. It's like a minefield out there, really. So a lot of them come from sort of us, bridal, but then we market ourselves. We really try to push on social media. We're out there. We're just redoing our website. So it kind of. I guess it's research, isn't it? I think most mums do a bit of. They're pretty much researched, aren't they? By the time they come and see us,
the mums that I've had in, they kind of know what they don't want, or they know what they do want. So I think what we can do is just have a big range, so that there are the neutral colours, the bright colours, patterns, fitted, floaty, that kind of thing, so that if a mum isn't too sure of what they want to go for, there is the option to try all of those different styles, see what they suit best, see what they feel most comfortable in. So I think that's the kind of thing that I aim to do, is just have a mixture of all these different styles, so that there's something for everyone. And even if it gives them a good time to try on different styles, so they know what they want, but they haven't found the one with me, that's amazing. At least they know kind of what style they want to go for. So
confident.
Yeah, and that's kind of the aim, is just to have loads of different styles, shapes, sizes as well. That people can try on. So
which was quite difficult, actually.
Was it?
Kind of, when we first opened, we didn't really know who our market was, and we did have to take into consideration kind of everything, didn't we?
Yeah.
Different body shapes, as a woman's body changes. Colours, designs. It was quite difficult to.
I mean, lots of different colours suit lots of different skin tones.
Exactly.
Totally.
So, like, I can't imagine it's easy to find the best mother of the bride outfit for you as such. Like, I know when I went shopping with my mum, I think she spent hours looking on Instagram, Googling things, looking on guides for brides at the different shops, just sort of identifying, actually, like, this particular shop has got a lot of the styles that are attracting me. And that's sort of how she decided on where she would end up going.
I think that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think what we found worked best is when we first started looking at what to stock, we went for the best sellers, and we found in Wallingford those don't go for us.
Really?
The kind of more traditional, so the navies, the simple fitted kind of pencil dresses, that they're great to have just in case if someone, that's what they're looking for, but I find that the more funky, quirky dresses and outfits go better. So I think it was us trying to figure that out at first, and actually go for things that we like and that you would wear, for example, or that I think is great for a body type or whatever it is. So I think it's just kind of trial and error, but I think we've got a good range now, and kind of know where we're going.
It's so true, isn't it? Anything we buy, just things that we like, that I would wear, that in the casual that you would wear, and it can be so different, like in terms of just different areas as well. In bridal, I find brides are looking for something different over in Gloucestershire than they were in Oxfordshire. So, and it's probably, I don't know, maybe the same ish, but we've kind of, I think we just find out They're more unique,
Yeah,
I think.
We've argued multiple times over kind of what I want or what you want, just because it takes us a long time to kind of narrow it down, because it's a big collection that we go see. So, like the Veni and Fantino collection. So it does take us a long time to actually be okay with it. So
and we're not allowed to order on our own. We have to do it together.
Yes.
Do you get as involved in the bridal wear as well, or is it just Mother of the Bride?
You'll always show me and get my opinion, and I think that's why it works really well. Is I'll always get your opinion for Mother of the Bride, and you'll always get my opinion for bridal. So I think it does work really well, and it keeps us both involved and know what's going on.
It's really. I was saying to you guys earlier, wasn't I? It's really interesting to me that you, Lucy, are like taking ownership of the Mother of the Bride side, and you're taking ownership of the bridal wear. It's you know, if you stereotypically, I'm sure if you bumped into you both on the street and you would think that you, Lee, were doing Mother of the Bride. I mean, you both sound so passionate about both areas. But what attracts you to working within the Mother of the Bride sector, Lucy?
I think it's literally just it's fashion, and I think that I did really enjoy working with you when we were doing the bridal, but it's just I couldn't get passionate about it. So I think for me, Mother of the Bride, it's like it's just endless of what you can do, like the colours, the shapes, the styles, and I think as well I love like you're not too confident, you know, when you're looking in the mirror and that kind of thing. So I think I relate to that in the sense of seeing mums come in and they don't wear dresses normally. They don't like to dress up, and Mother of the Bride, there is a lot of attention on you on the big day. So seeing someone that isn't kind of comfortable wearing a dress, and hopefully, you know, them finding something that they at least feel comfortable in, is I love it. Like, I've had such amazing mums come in and that I've created a relationship with, and I think that's something that I'm just a lot more passionate about, like helping the mums out and stuff like that. It's much more.
You've got a real eye for it though, and you do push people out of the comfort zones a little bit.
I'll kind of envision, I guess it's what you do as well with bridal, but I'll kind of envision you can kind of tell what colour looks best on a skin tone, or even a length of a dress. Some of them can make people look a little bit dumpy, so I'll go for something a bit longer so it'll make them feel and it just stuff that people wouldn't really think of. I'll get them to try it. If they don't like it, fine, but just to say that you have. So it's a mixture of all of it, really.
Totally.
I mean, I think what would be interesting to know is it's great that you both work in both avenues, because Mother of the Bride, well, at least my mum's experience is very different to what my experience was when I was shopping for my wedding dress. So can you walk through the process of making an appointment and finding a Mother of the Bride outfit?
Yeah, I didn't know you were going to.
Yeah, well, no, I can.
Amazing. So, it depends. So, I offer VIP appointments, but I also do walk-ins. So, whatever kind of works best. So, we normally come in, either glass of bubbles, tea, coffee, whatever works best. Have a look together at the collection just to see if there's anything that stands out. And then I'll kind of, from there, when I know the kind of vibe of what they're thinking of, or they have something in their mind, I'll ask obviously questions about the wedding, what time of year, bridesmaid colours is an important one as well. If there are any areas that they don't want to accentuate, so tummy, top of the arms, anything like that, I'll kind of just pick. I normally at that point have an idea of something that's going to work, or at least something that they might not think of, but I would think it really suits whoever it is. But I think a lot of the time when I do that, it's a dress that they would have not picked out at all. And I think I love that reaction, just because they're so shocked that it looks good, or they feel comfortable in it, and it's something that they wouldn't have even picked up. So I love kind of picking up as many different dresses and styles and colours as possible, just to give them an idea of what it would look like. And I think a lot of the time it's having in mind alterations is always more or less a must with picking dresses, because it is quite rare to find a dress that's going to fit you perfectly.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think exactly, so having that in mind as well, and kind of, you know, making everyone bear in mind that it's not going to fit you perfectly, so I might, you know, peg at the back or something just to give it a little bit more shape, or you know, it can be easily taken out or in, the length, shoulder lift, whatever it is. So I think that bearing that in mind as well, that can really make the dress a massive difference compared to something that you just picked up off the rack. So I think doing it that way and having that fresh in someone's mind when they try on a dress is like so important, I think.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. I mean, also in terms of budgeting as well, not even thinking about alterations, because, you know, Mother of the Bride sort of traditional outfits are not cheap.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah, so like if you are budgeting for one, don't forget to think about the fact you might need it altered.
Totally.
You know, I've got an anecdote. If you've heard this before, it's because you've listened to previous episodes. But in the budgeting episode, I talk about the fact that, you know, on the one day you want your clothes to fit you perfectly is on your wedding day.
Yeah.
And that's just not just for the bride or the groom. That is for parents, bridesmaids, everything like that. You know, everyone wants to be comfortable at the end of the day. I mean, I've got a pair of work trousers in 4 different colours, and none of them fit me the same. They're all from the same shop. But you know, it's one of those things where when you are trying on an outfit, actually bearing in mind, okay, I might need to get this altered, but I like this and I like this and I like that.
Yeah, so it's up to us, isn't it, to try sort of and show them what it would look like. But we had somebody in a couple of weeks ago, and I remember just by lifting the skirt, it just changed the outfit. Completely. You know, if you're petite, you might have a shorter body, you need a little bit of a shoulder lift. But yeah, it's proportional, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's quite. It's important to get that across, because I think sometimes they think, don't they, maybe that just it'll fit.
I'll always mention that before trying on, just so that people are aware that it's not going to fit you perfectly. Like it's very rare that that's going to happen, especially such an occasion like Mother of the Bride, Mother of the Groom. So having that in mind before you try on is so good, because you can kind of, you're already thinking, what would I want to do to this to make it more comfortable or a bit different or whatever it is. So, and
we've got somebody, haven't we? We've got Tanya, who's amazing, who's local. She can come to the shop if the mum prefers, or mum can go to her house, but she does all our alterations.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah. And so in terms of the actual appointment process, how does that work? So they've gone through and they found a few styles that they like. What's the process after that? How many can you try on? Is it an endless amount of time? Or?
Yeah, there's honestly no limit. We'll start with, oh my God, it depends on the person, but maybe, 5 to 10 dresses to start with. Once you put it on, you can kind of say yes or no, so then we'll keep that one in the changing room. Once we've tried on all of those ones that we picked out first, if we're thinking that there might be something else, that something didn't quite hit the mark, then we'll go out and have a look and double check again, because a lot of the time when you start trying on dresses, there are more dresses that you wouldn't even think of that would be an option. So I'll do that and just double check that there's nothing else that could possibly work. And then we'll normally narrow it down to, however many favourites there are. I mean, a lot of the time there are kind of 2 dresses that people are quite keen on. There is the kind of the dress that mums feel more comfortable in, so it might be more flowy, it might be a little bit more forgiving, and then there's the other dress that is more suited to Mother of the Bride, and I think mums find that quite difficult on either kind of going for what they feel comfortable with or what they think is ideal in their mind they should wear on the day. So I think it's kind of fighting that of what they actually want to look like and how they actually want to be. So a lot of the time, if daughters, sons, whoever are with them, that is also helped, because it can kind of make them realise what's more them. But I think it's just there's so much pressure for mother of the bride or mother of the groom. So I think, there are normally 2 dresses or, 2 or 3 that they are kind of picking from or choosing from. So we'll try those on again, and then either go away and think about it, look at the pictures that they've taken, or they'll want to go for it because they know that that's it and they don't want it to go. So it is that kind of sway of it. It just depends, and I think a lot of mums either want to try on and the first time and that be it, or they want to shop around a little bit and just double check that they aren't missing anything. So it completely depends appointment wise, but there's no limit on trying on. It's just kind of get them comfortable. So
when my mum went shopping for her outfit, I mean, we went in there with the mindset of, if we don't find it today, that's absolutely fine. It's not a requirement to do so. We've got plenty of time. And I mean, that's another question that we should ask. Like, how long should you leave before you start shopping for this outfit for your son or daughter's big day?
I think it depends. I think with there being the different seasons, I would always say probably about 6-7 months before, just because obviously they have who we stock, Venni and Fantino, they have their summer collection or their winter collection. So I mean, I wouldn't want to do too far in advance, just because there are going to be new collections that are coming out closer to the time, which, people may shop and they love that and they, they don't know what to do. So I would probably say double check when the drops of the collections are coming out, but I would say majority of the time kind of 6-7 months before, just so you can have a good time to look around, but there are still a lot of options left. So if you leave it too late, a lot of the time there aren't that many sizes, there aren't that many styles left, just because the Venni and Fantino stock is made to order. So the dresses that we order are the dresses that we have. It's very difficult to get.
I think that's quite common across most stores as well.
It's difficult to get another size or another style or in a different colour. So kind of doing that bit of research in knowing what kind of having that checklist in your mind before any collections come out, I think is really important. But I'd probably give it that kind of time frame just to give it a little bit of an idea of what new things are coming out.
So you're not going to be disappointed.
Exactly.
If you fall in love with something, it's more likely the chance it's going to be out there.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good point. I mean, like when I was, it's slightly different to bridal wear then, isn't it, as well? Because, when I was shopping for my wedding dress, the advice was, 15 to 12 months before, kind of in the same season then, ish, so that you know what you're going to wear and it's going to sort of suit the weather and everything like that.
Totally.
Yeah. Whereas mother of the bride, mother of the groom, it's still quite far in advance, compared to the menswear side of things as well. Like I know, my partner is buying his suit about 4 or 5 months before the wedding. So knowing like just timing wise, it's quite important to be organised for that kind of thing.
Yeah. And I think with mother of the bride, it's a little bit different, isn't it? Because like, obviously you're bridal, you go and you try on samples, that you can have that made to order, whereas we've got to decide at the beginning of each season, sort of like what 6 months before what's going to work, and that's like, as Lucy says, that's all we've got in stock.
Gosh.
So a lot of people, they come in and go, have you got that in a size whatever, 16, 14, but we've sold it. So we do kind of in a really nice way as well say, look, if you really love this dress, it might go, and we can't get another one, which is a bit of a nuisance. We have been chatting though, he weren't sure about, I don't know, just something for the future, is sort of working with a designer who designs just like wedding dresses, who designs samples that maybe the mums can try, and then they can be ordered in that colour, in that size, and that design. So that's something that we're looking at as well.
Yeah, I think it's important to mention that kind of thing, because that is the major difference, isn't it? In terms of off the peg, mother of the bride versus bridal wear. Yeah, that is the common thread, I think. And as you say, while there are a few designers that do work in a similar way to bridal wear, it's not a lot of them at all, is it?
No, it's not. It's not, which is a shame, really. So yeah, so that's something that we're going to be investigating over the next few months.
Yeah.
I think let's see. Yeah, because I think it could be quite good, actually.
Yeah. Maybe we can do a poll. We'll do a poll on the
Yeah.
podcast. Yeah, we'll do a poll on the podcast
Yeah,
and see.
that'll be good.
So
That'd
if
be
you
great.
scroll down on Spotify, you'll see a poll there. Make sure you answer the poll, and we'll share that with Lee and Lucy
Yeah,
after.
let's go.
And now for a word from our partners at the National Wedding Show. Planning a wedding is a special occasion, but we know it can also be a busy time. So to make your life easier, book your tickets to the National Wedding Show at XL London from the 1st to the 2nd of April and meet a lineup of brilliant wedding suppliers. From the wedding dress of your dreams to inspirational stationery and first-class entertainment, a day at the show will leave you absolutely brimming with ideas on how to plan the day you've always imagined. Industry's leading wedding professionals will reveal the top tips and industry secrets you need to know to make your dream wedding day a reality. From logistics on the big day to budgeting, wedding etiquette and decor, Wed Talks will help bring your wedding ideas to life. The catwalk brings you the latest looks for brides, bridesmaids, grooms and guests in a fabulous live show. To make your day even better, book a VIP ticket including a complimentary glass of bubbly from the VIP lounge, a goodie bag full of beauty products, and exclusive access to catwalk seats. Use code GFB23 to book standard tickets for just £16.50 and VIP tickets for just £33.50. That's code GFB23. Moving on in terms of okay, we know we're going shopping now. We've kind of got an idea of when we're going, and now we need to decide who to bring with us. Mm-hmm. So, who do you bring with you to a Mother of the Bride shopping experience?
It depends. I think I've had a big group of friends come in just because I think they know what you wear day to day.
Mm-hmm.
So, and obviously you speak about how you want to look or that kind of thing, so they have a good idea of what you would suit and that kind of, and they're obviously brutally honest. But I think also I've had quite a few mothers and daughters come in, and a lot of the time I've had mums come in on their own, but they'll FaceTime, they will send messages or that kind of thing. So I think it is important to have that level of support with you, just to kind of reassure you that, oh wait, this is really different, but you actually look insane, or that kind of thing. But it depends. I mean, I'm always brutally honest anyway, and I will kind of say, what suits you best and that kind of thing. But it is obviously it's very different to having someone that you've is your child or best friend. So I think just having that support is really important, I think.
And I think as well, like the appointments I've been there for, the daughters do tend to push mum a little bit, don't they? They do tend to say, try that, that looked fantastic, and mum's kind of like, oh, okay, then, are you sure? Yeah. So it really.
Yeah, I mean, I remember saying to my mum, we're going in, we're going to have an open mind. We know what
try
we
on
like,
everything,
but we're just going to, if we see something, we're just going to try it on.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the way it's going to work.
Yeah,
and,
totally.
Yes, we tried on a few things and they didn't really suit her, but, she still looked lovely in everything. So it was, but I knew exactly when she'd found the one that she wanted, because the body language changes, doesn't it? And stands up a bit straighter, and checks herself out in the mirror a little bit. It's a confidence thing. And speaking of confidence, how do you suggest that sons, daughters support their mums when they're going to look for this kind of really important outfit for them?
I think it's just reassurance. I think I've had a lot of mums come in who aren't kind of sure what their daughter wants them to wear, or what their sons want them to wear, or what they're expected to wear. And I think it's just the reassurance and just knowing that they're there and just even saying whatever you feel comfortable in, because I think it's the pressure that you need to look like a mother of the bride. Yeah. That doesn't mean anything, because there's no tradition now.
There's no right or wrong.
There's no rules. Do whatever you want.
Genuinely, like there are no colours that are off the table. I mean, you can wear black, red, like any colour. There's no right or wrong with it, and so I think having that and kind of also, you know, giving the mum kind of free rein, but also giving them a bit of guidance, and, you know, you normally wear this, so don't go too out your comfort zone because you want to look like you. Yeah. That kind of thing, I think, is really important in that process.
Totally. I mean, again, I've heard lots of mums saying, "But I can't wear that colour," you know, because maybe it's too close to what you're wearing, the bridesmaids, and you know, and the daughters, they just say, yes, of course you can. You can wear what you want, and it's got to be a part of them, hasn't it? And it's got to. They've still, yes, they're the mother of the bride, but you've still got to feel confident. You've still got to feel like you.
And there's one of my favourite dresses that I have in at the moment, and it's got a cream white background, but then it's got kind of like flowers all over it, loads of different colours, greens, pinks, yellows, oranges, purples, that kind of thing, colour-wise on it. And I think that some mums, you know, it's got a cream background, it's got a white background, I can't wear that. But you can pick out any of the colours from the flowers. So you can do an orange fascinator, a green fascinator, and it completely changes the dress. And I think that I love that. I love dresses like that because I feel like it just ties everything together. I can just imagine in the pictures, you know, if the bridesmaids are wearing like a burnt orange and that's in the dress, and you've got the cream or the white, which is what the bride's wearing, it's just it ties it in so nicely. And I really root for dresses like that when everything just ties in. So but there's literally no limit on what you can and can't do. Like it's really quite nice. The amount of choice.
And it's really funny because I was reading about, you know, like the etiquette and kind of like, you know, what people are I don't know, we're told, you know, like avoid bold patterns, avoid and no, throw it out the window. Do you know?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no, just do what you know, do what you want to do.
Yeah. I mean, well, we always say this on this podcast, that it ends up being like we give loads of advice, and then the end being like, but you know what, do whatever you want.
Yeah. Totally.
You know what? I think we might have to get some merch that says like, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But in terms of sort of, as you say, the bold colours, bold patterns, and the etiquette side of it, let's actually talk about that etiquette side, the traditional advice, and then maybe how you can, if you want to, throw it out the window.
Totally. So, oh gosh, and again, it's really difficult because there are so many kind of, not old fashioned, but, you know, that traditional kind of thought that, you know, mother of the bride shouldn't be able, you know, shouldn't overshadow the bride. And yes, of course, but you've still got to look good.
Yeah, I mean, you still got to feel amazing on the day, don't you?
Totally. And I was going to say mother of the groom as well, because you know, usually, am I right in saying that the mother of the bride, they've spoken, haven't they? They've discussed colours, and they kind of work together. But
I was going to say, I think it is how I've been told, it's kind of the mother of the bride kind of picks their outfit first, so the colour they want to go for, and then the bride of the groom will go work around that to complement the mother of the bride, and I mean that has been kind of what a lot of people have been doing that have come in, but then also I think it's about communication. If there's, you know, if you love to wear pink, wear pink, and, you know, wear what colour you feel comfortable in, and I think that the mother of the bride, mother of the groom will know that you always wear pink, so why would they wear it? It's just, I think, about communication,
it is, isn't it?
I think it as long as kind of everyone says and keeps an open mind, an open book of what they're going to go for, then I don't see how there would be an issue if you don't want to do the tradition of mother of the bride picking first.
And I mean, I guess at the same time, if both mums are there, you would hope they're going to speak to each other.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and like, you know, my mum and my fiance's mum have speak to each other quite regularly, you know, so they
a wedding,
exactly. So you know, they were messaging each other, asking each other what colours they're going to wear. You know, my fiance's mum actually found her outfit first, and she actually just saw it online and really liked it. So
brilliant.
you know, she bought that. So my mum knows what she's wearing, and then went shopping and actually was like, you know what, if I get this colour, then that's absolutely fine, because you know, we know what each other is wearing, and it's not the same dress at the end of the day, and they're not clashing either, which is nice.
Yeah, totally. I think it can sometimes depend, obviously, on the theme of the wedding as well. You know, if somebody's getting married late in the afternoon, so it's more of an evening affair, then obviously you'd kind of just choose accordingly.
Yeah.
But you know, communication. It's not ever been an issue, has it? They've actually, it's just worked.
Yeah. I think I found it really interesting because my mum went for like the more traditional mother of the bride look. Didn't expect her to go for that kind of thing, but she looked amazing in what she was wearing, and the colours that they've gone for are actually very, very similar. So, and they actually then match the men's suits, and it's all going to fit so nicely. I'm so it's like the vision is coming together.
It just works though. I think even with I think if you try too much, it's so much stress. Whereas I think if everyone kind of does what they want, it's lovely because it's them.
It should be a good. It should be a fun thing.
Exactly.
And I guess as well, then you don't need to worry if you've got similar styles to the other partner's mum.
So what?
Absolutely.
That's nice.
It's nice because they look, they're good together.
Yeah, it's not like completely different. So, you know, I think there's no like
right or
rules.
wrong.
Yeah. I think as well as would you say it's important to communicate with, you know, your children as well, to sort of get permission as such if there's something like maybe slightly more controversial, like white?
A lot of mums feel like they need to ask permission. I think a lot of the time nothing will be bought or even thought about being bought until they've kind of got the okay from the daughter or son or whoever it is. So I think that is like a part of the reassurance of side of it, but I don't think that they necessarily need that permission or anything. I think it just depends. I think anyone would be happy for their mum to feel great and love what they're wearing. So I think you don't necessarily need permission, but I think a lot of mums feel more comfortable having permission from whoever.
Yeah, definitely. It's just quite nice, isn't it, just to kind of know that, you know, your daughter is happy with your decision as well. But
if it were me, you would want me with you.
Yes.
I assume. You'd want me to
just a quick check.
Yeah. If not, okay, fine.
Of course I would.
But I think it's like you would want my okay, and I think even if I wasn't 100% sure on a dress that you tried on, I think that would make you be a bit second guess it a little bit. So obviously you want their approval or you know, support on it. So I get it. I completely get it.
Yeah. No, totally.
So talking about comfort again, I think, you know, mother of the bride is slightly difficult, isn't it? Because the models that you see wearing the mother of the bride outfits are definitely not mothers of the bride, because they're like 20, 25 years old, and then they're like size 8 or 10 every single time most of the time that I look anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. When we go to choose you know, the collections, the ladies that model them, they vary in ages, don't they, actually? But they are all kind of really very slim, very tall, and let's face it, you know,
not everyone is that shape.
Absolutely not. And I think it's really important as well. I mean, talking about I mean, there's all sorts. Just from my point of view, personal point of view, I've put on so much weight. We've got menopause, that, you know, you want to wear something that doesn't, like, you know, that doesn't, that hides tummy, that maybe if you're having a hot flush, you've not got a heavy fabric, you know.
And flatters you in the places where you want to be flattered.
Totally. So we really did, actually. We took that, didn't we, really on board as soon, you know, and just tried to make everybody feel comfortable.
And I'm very aware that I'm, you know, early 20s, running Mother of the Bride shop. Like, I completely get how, you know, that could be like a bit daunting.
Say that, don't they? They say,
Absolutely, and I completely get that, and I think that's why it's so good when I'm having you with me, just because I can picture what they would look like, and I think that's I think with me being young, that's made me want to even more so carry all the different sizes. So I think I go from a 6 to a 28 that we've got size-wise in store at the moment. So we wanted to really make sure that all areas were covered. And it's, you know, I do put all of them on, but just so I get an idea of how they fit on the body, if they come up a little bit too small or a little bit big. Not kind of to show, because obviously I'm not Mother of the Bride, that kind of thing, but it just to give me an idea of how it would look on a body, and actually what it's like in person. So I do try them on, but I don't have myself as a representation of Mother of the Bride. I just do it.
Wedding guest, maybe.
Exactly, and I think that's why it does work. But with Mother of the Bride, I think I'm very aware that I am young.
And it was good, actually, whenever we get a new collection. Lucy pushes me again out of my comfort zone, and I do try the dresses on, and we do model them, and the feedback,
people love it.
They
love it. Like, it, I think, you know, all just the comments, a normal body, I finally see my size. You know,
I can see myself, I feel much better
on Instagram or on Facebook, whatever it is.
And that makes, like, when you are seeing a sort of early 20s really tall, skinny model wearing a Mother of the Bride outfit, it doesn't really give a fair representation of what that's going to look on you. So it makes it even more difficult to identify, like, you know, will that suit my shape? You know, slightly bigger busted, for example.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I don't know what that will look like. You know, it's tricky.
Yeah,
it is tricky.
It is. And that's why I think we were so passionate about it. Yeah. That we really wanted to, I don't know, just make women embrace their bodies, love, like, you know, their shapes, and I've got to say, honestly, I was really surprised at how good the dresses did look, like on me. I was dreading it. I was totally dreading it, and then we put some on. I thought, oh my goodness, my gosh, that dress does. You know,
you're going to find it so hard when you're shopping for Mother of the Bride for real. Probably.
Like,
totally. And you as bride, I don't know what we're going to do.
I've tried on every bloody dress there is. So
I don't know what we'll do. We'll have to just, I don't know, go off piece and have somebody else make them for us. Literally.
I don't know what I do.
Yeah, no, it will be a nightmare. Yeah. but no, it's good. And I mean, don't get us wrong. We do have, don't we? I mean, women that are so super stylish and very slim,
very petite, very slim,
and very petite's another thing, isn't it?
Well, that's a whole other issue, isn't it? Because, you know, model height. I'm definitely not model height. You know, about a foot shorter. Minimum. But it's one of those things where actually, you know, it's so tricky because you just don't know. And that's what's daunting about it, I think. I mean, like, how would you suggest mums, even like bridal wear side, I guess, how do you suggest people overcome that worry about how they're not going to look like the model? Because you won't look like the model. But you'll probably still look and feel as good.
Yeah, totally. It's your best you. You know, it's and I think it's that confidence, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know in bridal, as you know, it's so it can be so overwhelming. Mother of the Bride, exactly the same. But I think, I mean, we just, as soon as sort of, you know, brides and mums, they come in, we kind of just make them feel as comfortable, as relaxed. And I think that's got an awful lot to do with it as well. And they kind of trust us. So, you know, we always say, just you know, you're in safe hands, just let us do the work. And I think, once they start trying, they do feel more confident.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think it's just like a representation of themselves at best.
I've heard horror stories of you know, mums coming in and they went into all these department stores and they go up to a size 14, 16 and they panic because they don't know what to do. Obviously, if and you know, you can buy online, but that's not the same experience. So I think we wanted to make sure that we were the place where they would feel comfortable knowing that there's not even just one dress in their size, but actually option of what they can kind of pick if it is plus size. So I think that's something that we wanted to make sure that we cover as well, just so that they can, you know, try on, closed doors. It's literally, I don't need to come into the changing room if they don't want it. You know, it's all about them and comfort and how they can feel the best that they can.
And there's lots of suggestions that we make as well. You know, like bride will say that, you know, they a mum tries a dress but it's a bit too booby, it's, you know, shows a bit of cleavage. You know, you can build that up just like bridal. There's lots of things that you can do just to make them feel like them, and that can make all the difference. You know, a tweak out like a sleeve length or whatever, and our seamstress is brilliant, so we do that quite a lot as well,
so it's not just
really
alterations,
nice.
it's complete,
just a little bit of a tweak,
like tweaks, as you say. Amazing. And so I guess we were talking a little bit earlier about like the different styles and different variety of styles that you can get, because you know, skirt and blazer doesn't look, well, it's not the style of everyone. So how do you suggest that, you know, if you don't have in your mind that traditional mother of the bride style, where do you even start when you're looking for things? Like, are there any sort of search terms or words that you can sort of look for that might be helpful at all? That might be a tricky question.
Well, it's funny enough, because when we were looking for labels to stock, I was thinking, what will I search on, you know? And I think I just searched a lot on just like stylish mother of the bride, chic mother of the bride, you know? If you particularly like something that's light and floaty, you know, floaty sleeves, mother of the bride. And I think that's quite helpful. And it's difficult. I mean, I mean, Pinterest, I know for a bride, Pinterest is fantastic, but also it can be good for mums. You know, I love looking at Pinterest, and I think even like if they've booked an appointment or coming to see us, bringing that in with them, and so we can get a feel for their style as well. That helps.
Definitely.
But yeah, it's hard. It is hard.
So it would be more like, you know, identifying things that you like. So flowy skirts,
keywords, of just things that you look for. I think.
I think so. Because
that's where I would start myself, is Google images, maybe Pinterest as well, looking for that kind of, like, you know, green, mother of the bride, long sleeve or something, something like that, which is a great starting point, because you know, when you're going to an appointment, showing someone like you, Lucy, actually, I like this, don't like this. And being able to say that to them, then you'd be like, right, I've got the style for you.
You can narrow it down, I think, a lot. But I think even if that isn't the case, if you know, you haven't even started looking, that's fine as well. Just try on as many dresses, and I think it is good, you know, if there is like a solid no that someone, you know, they need to have a sleeve, like they don't even want to look at a dress that's strapless or that doesn't have anything on the arms. So that is good, because I think a lot of the time it's hard to envision something if it's not if it's not done or if it's not on the dress, that is hard to kind of get past that. So that's something that's good to like bear in mind when I'm picking things out. So
Absolutely. So the non-negotiables, you know.
Yeah, and that's a really great tip. I think, you know, having your list of non-negotiables and actually maybe what you do like.
Yeah,
as well.
definitely.
You know, things you're willing to try.
Yeah.
I said to my mum when she was looking, like when we found the place that she was going to go buy from or hoped to buy from at the time, I said to her, go through the collection, just screenshot everything that you like, even if it's just a part of the dress, just screenshot it. Yeah. And if there's something you really don't like, also screenshot.
Yeah, totally.
Literally anything is great. Like, you know, if you love the sequins on that, amazing, because then it gives me an idea if you want something a bit more plain or if you want to go for it a little bit more. Like it just it's
helps,
really good.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Definitely. And I guess as well, there is always the option of going bespoke, isn't there?
Totally. Yeah.
So I know it's not necessarily what you guys offer, but in terms of going bespoke, do you have any advice for mums that may want to go that route?
Well, we are going to start doing this actually.
Are you?
Yeah.
Obviously not a placed question.
Thank you for asking. No. So yeah, we're really, really excited. For a long time I've been working in bridal with Sharon Bowen Dryden, who is probably about my age as well, so kind of, you know, knows the female shape. And we've been talking about this for a long time, and literally what we're going to do is come up with a few classic pieces that mums can try. And she's, you know, and we'd offer, I think the way that she suggested that we do it is that we had like a consultation with her, maybe like a, you know, Zoom whatever meeting, and she's there, and at the same time she can be sketching ideas and inspiration, so that, you know, they have a really thorough consultation with her. But in terms of bespoke, absolutely, you know, we're gonna, there's lots of things that I think that aren't out there at the moment that we can kind of bring in. There's a lot of women, I think, that, I mean, I don't know, you meet everybody all the time, but the mums that I've spoken to, lots of them like trouser suits. When I say suits, not really suits, kind of like a palazzo pant, you know, flowy crepe,
A
you know, with
jumpsuit
a jumpsuit, which if it's done correct and done well, it looks fabulous. So that is something we're going to be offering. We're going to be meeting her in the next couple of weeks, and that's something for those who want that. Absolutely, we can do that.
Amazing. Well, that was well judged.
Yeah.
I was just writing the questions, going, right, what other options are there? Oh yeah, well, probably best to go bespoke. Brilliant.
Yeah, there you go.
So just to finish off, I think we'll just go through a few quick fire questions that we often get asked by, well, it's generally brides that ask us these questions on behalf of their mums. I think it will definitely be down to opinion. I know what the answer is going to be, because it will always be do whatever you want and all that kind of stuff. But I think it's important that we ask these questions and sort of just make sure that, you know, if you're not sure, here's what you can do, or the questions you can ask other people. So mother of the bride being allowed to wear a bit of white or cream in their dress. How do you approach that if you're wanting to have a bit of white or cream in your outfit? Well,
I mentioned it earlier that I love it personally, and I think that if that's something that, you know, you're looking for, and if that's something that would make the perfect dress for you, absolutely. You know, go for it. And there are so many things that you can do to work around that. So you can have, you know, a cream or white background, but as I said earlier, have a pattern on it, or a different detail on it, just to kind of make the white or the cream not as noticeable. You can have different coloured accessories, you know, fascinator, bag, shoes, just to kind of tone it down a little bit, so it doesn't seem like the mother of the bride or mother of the groom is trying to outshine the bride. So I think there are ways that you can go around it, but I would just say don't be afraid of that. If that's something that you are really keen on, amazing, let's try it and see how you feel in it, you know?
Yeah, I guess it's also the courtesy of, if it's that kind of controversial colour, you just kind of, do you ask? Do you just ask?
Yeah, I would. I just ask, and, you know, show pictures if you have pictures of ones that you like. Show your daughter, your whoever, and get their opinion on it. And a lot of the time they say that's amazing, because it really ties everything together.
Yeah, and it can really work.
Yeah,
and especially if you've got a bride that maybe has got like a floral or a colour in their dress, it's quite nice for mum to look really chic in an ivory, or, you know, a paler tone.
Absolutely.
But yeah, ask. No.
Yeah, just ask, guys.
Yeah, ask me.
I think another area is, if you are a same-sex couple, so your two brides, say, and your mums are going to be mothers of the bride.
Yeah.
How do you approach that one? Because I think in my situation where, you know, I'm a heterosexual couple, you know, mother of the groom, mother of the bride, it's a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But when you're two brides, how do you approach that with your mums as well?
I think communication as well, and I think you can so complement each other, or you can, I think I love it when things are so different that they work as well. So I think just, you know, communicate on the kind of things that both of you are kind of looking at or kind of keen on, but just keeping each other in the loop, you know, about colours. And I think that at the end of the day, if you're both happy, amazing. But I think, honestly, just communication, maybe go to each other's appointments together, or you know, send pictures of, you know, I tried this dress on, what do you think, does that work with your, or that kind of thing. I think, because I, you know, it is a bit more tricky having two mother of the brides, but I think at the end of the day, if you find something that you feel comfortable, happy and good in, amazing.
Yeah.
It's just, and it is, isn't it? It's just like creating, like, not a new tradition, but just being happy with kind of what you've got. I've had lots and lots of brides marrying brides, and you know, like for example, they were talking about, you know, who goes first down the aisle, what happens, and all that kind of thing, you know. And then they said, actually, we're going to do our own thing. We're going to go, we're going to meet in the middle. You know,
that's cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
So I think, yeah, it's just outside the box, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's communication.
There are no
key.
rules. You don't need to stick to anything that you don't want to.
Yeah, totally.
And I think as well, the follow-on question for that would be, you know, you don't want the mother of the groom to feel under the radar, because this is a very important day for them as well.
Absolutely.
So in terms of that side of it, if you are a mother of the groom, or you know, you have a soon-to-be daughter-in-law, how do you work with them to make yourself feel as, you know, excited and important as their mum? Because, you know, it's a very big day for both parties. It shouldn't just be about the bride and the bride's mum.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I think in that kind of idea, I would personally suggest maybe going for something that they feel a little bit more special in. So maybe go for something that isn't you know, something that you could, you know, wear again to a barbecue, or you know, another occasion. Maybe wear something that is a little bit more out of your comfort zone, because I think a lot of the time that makes you feel more special. It makes you feel more stand out. So I think I've had that quite often where you know, mums have gone for something that they wouldn't necessarily go for, but that in turn makes them feel more special, stands out a little bit more, because it's not something that you would be expected to wear. So I think kind of go for maybe something a little bit more different than your usual style, if you want to kind of you know, be noticed a bit more, or not kind of, you know, be too similar to bridesmaids or anything like that, because I think it is about mother of the groom as well. Like it's not just about mother of the bride. So
totally. And they come in, don't they, bless them,
Yeah.
and they're all, they always say, look, I'm not mother of the bride, I'm mother of the groom, and I don't want to stand on everybody's toes. I don't, she's wearing blush.
Yeah.
And we just kind of like, you need to feel special too.
it's their day as well.
Yeah,
But-
absolutely. I mean, it's like it's a very big day for them as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it goes down to communication again, doesn't it?
It honestly,
Yeah.
support and communication
Yeah.
are key.
Yeah, support and communication.
Yeah.
If there's one thing you're going to take away from this podcast, it's support and communication is a must when it comes to coordinating any outfit. in a
Anything.
way. How do you match a mother of the bride, mother of the groom outfit with a more unique wedding idea? So I've heard, I think actually, Lee, it might have been you that said it to me.
This was tartan,
Tartan
wasn't it?
bridesmaids.
Yeah.
So tartan bridesmaids dresses. Just break that down for us.
So I had a bride who was getting married in Scotland. I think the fiance or the husband to be was Scottish, and they really wanted to incorporate his tartan. So all the bridesmaids were wearing these like tartan sashes. He had the kilt as well.
Really going for a Scottish element there.
Totally.
Amazing.
And it was in Scotland as well.
Yeah.
But I remember I had the mum came in and she just, what am I going to wear? What am I literally, what can I wear? I'm going to clash with all these sort of different fabrics and colours. But we were talking about that, weren't we?
Yeah.
We were just saying focus on one of the colours in there. So, just identify what suits you. Tartans or there's a lot of yellow, there's a lot of red, there's a lot of blue. So I think that maybe not a pattern.
So like a block colour.
Yeah.
I think would
would work
like
quite well.
pick
Yeah.
a colour out. Yeah.
Out of that, and then it just then stick to sort of a more simple
Yes.
block rather than.
Yeah, because everyone else in that wedding party is going for a slightly more
Yeah.
complicated look.
Yes.
Yeah.
If
Yes.
you want to give it a word.
Yeah.
So keeping it simple
Totally.
will avoid the clash.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And re-wearing outfits.
Yeah.
Mother of the bride and groom outfits, can you re-wear them, yes or no?
I say yes. You say no?
I say yes as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can. Yeah, absolutely.
How would you say you can re-wear? Would you re-wear them to another wedding potentially, or?
I mean, I would just say, you can wear the same dress, but just accessorise it in a different way. So if you wore, I don't know, like a blue fascinator one time, maybe do a green or, or something
hat.
else. Yeah, or, a different hat or however. Like, I think you can accessorise it in a different way and it can look like a different dress. So, don't feel the pressure that you need to buy a new dress for every occasion. You can, absolutely, that's amazing, but you don't need to.
No. Kind of all about that as well, and like sustainability and all that kind of focus. And that's why kind of we've got dresses from all different budgets as well, but we've got dresses that are very formal. We've got dresses that aren't quite so formal that that you could wear really comfortably as mum of the bride with hats, fascinators and all the accessories, but you could equally wear with a pair of flats and summer's dress or on holiday or cruise. So I think it's nice when you can wear it again.
Now, a slightly controversial wear again.
Yeah.
If you my mum's, I'm the oldest of me and my sister. My mum is a bit unsure about whether she could wear the same outfit to my sister's wedding if it was to happen in the future. What's your opinion on that?
See, this varies, doesn't it? Because
Yeah.
I've had this. I've had this with like mums, with brides, and the mum says, "But I've got the outfit that I wore to your sister's wedding."
Yeah.
I think, Do you know, I think it maybe does boil down to maybe what the bride thinks as well.
Yeah.
Because if the bride said, yeah, go for it, you look fantastic in that, but maybe accessorise in a different way. Or the bridesmaid saying, no, get something, you're mother bride again, get something. So I think it's maybe...
Varies.
Probably, yeah. What do you think?
I would say no.
Yeah, I knew you would.
Personally, just because I think I don't know. I would personally, if it was my wedding, I would want you to wear something different to
Finley's.
Yeah, my brother's wedding. So I think just because I think it just makes it more special. I think if I would feel kind of second place if I got married second and you were wearing the same dress. I wouldn't feel as
that's
special.
Interesting. Yeah.
So I think that's my opinion.
Yeah.
As being child of two.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think, but
Yeah, why did you think you
Hashtag
think
okay.
another sibling?
There's no other siblings out there, no?
but obviously, do whatever everyone's happy with. But that's personally what I would say.
Yeah, and I get that, and I think if gosh, you know how difficult it is right in the minute with the cost of living, everything. If you can't, if it's not within your budget, then come along and let us try and accessorise in a different way. The same dress, maybe.
Or even alterations.
Yeah, alterations, change the dress a little bit.
You can add something, you can add
a sleeve.
Add a sleeve, you can add frills, you can add a different neckline, you can
do lots of stuff.
Exactly, and that's, quite affordable. Instead of buying a whole new dress, you can accessorise it or tweak it in a different way.
Yeah, I think that's really good advice, actually. So communicate, number one.
Yeah.
And then there's always alterations that can take place.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Lee and
Thank
Lucy.
you.
It's been lovely having you. And if you would like to learn more about White Canvas and the Canvas collection, we have linked both of them in the show notes for you. And of course, thank you so much again. It's been amazing to hear your tips. I mean, I think as a final thing, what is your biggest tip for Mother of the Bride and Groom shopping from each of you?
We're going to say the same.
Yeah. Just communication. Support.
Be yourself.
Yeah.
Be yourself. Love it. Love it. Oh, thank you both so much. And don't forget to subscribe to Guide to Brides the Wedding podcast to hear more fantastic episodes. And if you are looking for your Mother of the Bride outfit right now, we have linked the Guide to Brides page so you can find any Mother of the Bride stockists near you. And for now, happy wedding planning.